Arsenal prepares an irresistible offer for the £72.5 million target, and Fabrizio Romano drops a bombshell about Arsenal's £43 million target. Stay with me until the end of the video to understand everything that's happening behind the scenes at the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Arsenal are now ready to give one of Mikel Arteta's transfer targets a starting role at Emirates Stadium to fend off any rival interest at Aston Villa and Manchester United. The Premier League trio are likely set to lock horns in the off-season as they respectively bid to improve. Arteta and his rival managers Unai Emery and Erik Ten Hag all acknowledge that they need to strengthen their squads to achieve their clubs' respective aims for next season. Arsenal will look to challenge for the Premier League title in a third consecutive term, whilst also going deeper in the Champions League and FA Cup. Aston Villa are also likely on course to get into UEFA's elite club competition for their first time since the 1982-83 European Cup. Arsenal lead Aston Villa and Manchester United to sign Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna. One position that Arteta, Emery and Ten Hag all think they have to improve is at striker. That is according to Calciomercato, which notes that Aston Villa and Manchester United both trail Arsenal in the race to clinch the transfer of Bologna ace Joshua Zirkzee in the summer sales. Zirkzee is also the subject of interest from AC Milan and Juventus, who have had exploratory talks with his representatives. San Siro Chiefs have also talked to his camp but hope to avoid a bidding war as Bayern Munich boast a €40 million, £34 million, buyback or will get 40% of any profit. Arsenal will be particularly troublesome in AC Milan's attempts to get Zirkzee's transfer from Bologna, too. The Gunners are looking for a new No. 9 amid doubts over Gabriel Jesus' future in North London. The Emirates Stadium club will also go to great lengths to convince Zirkzee. Arsenal know that Zirkzee is happy in Italy, so have offered him a contract with a €6 million a year, £99k, A/W, net wage. Arteta is also prepared to make Zirkzee a starter to ensure Emery, Ten Hag and whoever stands in charge of AC Milan and Juventus next season miss out on a deal. Calciomercato adds that Zirkzee only gets €900,000 a year, £15k, A/W, at Bologna, so Arsenal would take his salary to another level. But Gazzetta dello Sport reported in April that Zirkzee favors a transfer to AC Milan over any move to Arsenal or Manchester United this summer. Yet Gazzetta adds the Rossoneri will struggle to meet the €75 million, £64 million, plus €10 million, £8.5 million, in add-ons, price tag that Bologna have slapped on their striker. Rossoblu are using the Red Devils' lucrative move to sign Rasmus Højlund from Atlanta BC last August to value Zirkzee. Bologna think Zirkzee is worth the same fee Højlund set Manchester United back as he has scored 11 and assisted 5 goals in 32 Serie A games this season. He also scored once in a 2-2 draw at AC Milan in January, after which Rossoneri boss Stefano Pioli was full of praise. "He's a great player," Pioli told Sky Italia, via Sempre Milan. "I've followed him since his days at Bayern Munich and then at my Parma. A fantastic player, with physicality and quality. He has everything. He's doing very well at Bologna." Arsenal now joins Tottenham in the race to sign the £25 million wonder kid. Arsenal have been scouting some of Europe's most talented teenagers in recent months, with a view to improving both the first team and the academy. It recently emerged that there will be extra focus on recruiting elite younger talent who could help improve the quality of the academy sides within Hale End, and some wonder kids are already on Arsenal's radar. Mikel Arteta is keen to add a striker to his squad, and whilst a senior option is still likely to be targeted, Arsenal could also add a younger option. Arsenal are not alone when it comes to recruiting top young talents though, as rivals Tottenham Hotspur and Atletico Madrid are also among the clubs scouting Besiktas teenager Semih Kılıçsoy. A report from COD Offside has now revealed that Arsenal, Spurs, West Ham, Atletico Madrid and Sevilla are just some of the clubs interested in Besiktas striker Semih Kılıçsoy. The 18-year-old has scored 10 goals in 20 Turkish Super League appearances this season, and can play across the entire front three. He also scored 42 times in 64 games for their under-19 side prior to his breakthrough this season, and is regarded as one of the top talents in Turkey. Çiliksoy has been described as very powerful, with his physicality and ball striking noted as particularly impressive. Why do Arsenal want Semih Çiliksoy? Çiliksoy could reportedly cost up to £25 million, meaning that he is unlikely to be signed to go into the academy as a top prospect, but would arrive as an option for the first team. Arsenal already have an outstanding teenage prospect in Cheeto Obi Martin for the long term, but if Çiliksoy is seen as a versatile attacker rather than a centre-forward, his potential arrival is unlikely to affect his development. Gabriel Jesus has been touted as a player who could leave, and perhaps Arsenal are keeping an eye on a potential replacement of a similar profile, but given his price tag, and the fact that a main striker such as Alexander Isak may be on the club's wish list, it would be a surprise to see this transfer happening in the summer. Transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano has now revealed that the future of one Arsenal transfer target depends on one thing. Mikel Arteta is looking to bolster his Arsenal squad in several key areas in the upcoming summer transfer window. Whilst the Gunners have been extremely impressive this season, and remain in the heat of the Premier League title race, there are still obvious areas of weakness in the current squad, and positions that look set to become a concern in the near future. Arsenal have been linked with a host of strikers. Whilst Kai Havertz has impressed up front recently, neither Edin Nketiah or Gabriel Jesus look capable of providing regular goals. Arsenal are now open to offers for Jesus. There is also a need to source adequate cover for Bukayo Saka. Arteta clearly does not trust Reiss Nelson, as he has only handed the winger one Premier League start this season. Oleksandr Zinchenko's defensive vulnerabilities, Takahiro Tomiyasu's persistent injury issues, and Jakub Kiwier's lack of attacking impetus also mean that there is a question mark at left back. Arsenal are also expected to sign 2 goalkeepers ahead of next season. Finally, Arsenal are due a midfield overhaul. Thomas Partey's availability cannot be relied upon. Whilst Jorginho is now expected to pen a new contract with the North London club, he is in the twilight of his career, and Mohamed Elneny is set to depart the club as a free agent. Arteta is now keen to bolster his options in the middle of the park with a move for Xavi Simons. Arsenal are known to hold an interest in Simons. The Dutch ace is currently plying his trade with RB Leipzig, on loan from PSG. The 21-year-old attacking midfielder has impressed in the Bundesliga this season, having racked up 9 goals and 15 assists across all competitions. He is a player with huge potential, who can operate both centrally behind the striker or out wide on either flank. He could therefore provide cover and competition for the likes of Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Martinelli. However, PSG have put a €50 million price tag on Simons, equivalent to £43 million, as reported by Team Talk. Fabrizio Romano, writing in his daily briefing, has provided his insight into what the future may hold for Simons. He said, "What I'm hearing now is that everything is open for the future of the Dutch midfielder. It could be another loan to Leipzig, staying at PSG, or any other option." However, he went on to state, the opinion of the player will be crucial. The aim is to make a decision before the Euros this summer. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.